Hey guys, it's me Pinky. After I talked about the Pioneer and its upcoming update in the last video, we got the update without Mengo in the update notification, and then confusingly he was in the update, which I think surprised a lot of people. Like I, for example, just saw it when I was scrolling over my commanders and saw he had stars, and then I awakened him, and I know that Mengo was one of the, let's say, most awaited commanders since the start, simply because a lot of people that are playing since the early days have a lot of leftover medals for him, and I guess we're hoping to either convert them to tokens and use them to anything else, or just use them for Mengo. So let's just go over Mengo's awakening and let's see how good it became. As you can see, my Mengo is already 3 stars. That has a simple reason. As you can see, you can only change Mengo to Mengo, so you have to buy him from the Valor shop of AC and Siege of Winterfell. He costs 100 points. Unlike Simon, which costs 600 points, so you only 1/6 of Simon, which I think makes him a very, very good commander, especially if you're new and starting to play now, because I think you can 4-star him pretty fast with a few seasons of AC and Siege of Winterfell. Of course, if you're new, you need to worry about the books and stuff like this. But to 4-star Mengo will for sure be worth it just alone for the Rebels, because Mengo is one of the best commanders versus infantry Rebels, and free to play, always use him. Informations, pay to win, often use later moment, but I think a 4-star Mengo will for sure be better than Layla again, and since Meryl is better than Layla, I think Layla falls off of the Rebel formations, but for pay-to-win players there could still be a world where you use all 3 now and just use one support less. That's also possible, but I would say as a free-to-play or starting player, you should for sure try to get him fast to gold, and then at least get him to 2 stars, because his tavern gives you combat rate, it gives you leadership, and I think command, and that's for free-to-play commander pretty good. And to be honest, since it's so cheap, I would totally 4-star him, and then worry about Simon. Of course, I would unlock Simon to grey or green for the Werewood stuff and training grounds and Werewood memories and stuff like this. There, Simon's pretty good, but I think grey or green is enough. So we already covered how to get him. He's good for Rebels, his tavern is good. Let's go over what about his stats, and as you can see, if you 3-star him, his stats go up by 60%, so it's 48% cavalry attack, it's 48% cavalry defense. You also get cavalry attack from his passive bonus, but sadly no defense. Still, if you ask me, he's a better PvP commander just from that regard than Russell or Jean, and Russell or Jean both have no combat awakening. They both give you passive stats for the number of commanders you have awakened. If you are fully free to play, let's say you have Arya and 4 other Cav commanders you want to bring, say most likely something like Winton, Rob, Meryl, and then Mengo, I would say. And then Russell and Jean are not really needed, just for the passive bonus, of course. That is of course just stat-wise, but if you think about Russell and Jean, they don't have any combat awakening. Mengo can't be worse than them on his awakening. But talking about his awakening, let's just quickly go over his awakening, which is the Enraged Cavalry. Each time a cavalry launches a critical strike, the attack power and defense power of cavalry will increase by 5%, the upper limit is 50%. So basically, every time you crit, your stats go up by 5%, attack and defense, can get 50% more attack and defense out of it, which is honestly not a lot, but unlike for example Egbert, who only gives the awakening stats for his own column, Mengo stats go out for all calves you have, so not just Mengo's column, they go for all your calves. Well, what you need to know basically is you need either Jon Snow, but if you have Jon Snow I don't think you will use him, or you need Meryl, because Meryl gives your calves the ability to crit, and every time you crit with Meryl, which gives you a bit of health, you now also get a bit of attack and defense from Mengo. So basically his awakening is you get more stats than you normally would get from a commander, but in order to be able to use those stats, you need another commander to enable them. And you don't get the stats right away, you get the stat with a bit of time delay. Which, of course, isn't the greatest awakening of all times, to be honest. But then, if you think about all the other cav commanders we have out there, like Winton, if you are free to play, gives you only 15% frontline health. Again, Russell and Jean have no combat awakening at all, they just give you 30% total health if you have 10 males or 10 females. For both commanders, Rob gives you 3% cav attack or more with his main hand for each attack, and Marrow with his crits is pretty much the only cav commander with combat awakening, so I would say for free to players, Mengo is pretty good. For pay to win players, you will not really use him in, let's say, your combat formations, but still, to have him 2 stars is very good for your tavern, and to have him 4 stars is most likely pretty useful for your rebels, so I will for sure finish his awakening. I hope you enjoyed the video.